Welcome to the Season 2 patch notes review for the new season of Marvel Rivals. Let's get started. So, yep, there it is. That's Captain America. My bad. I didn't know the screen was black. That's my fault. It's back, though. So, we do have some nerfs coming to Captain America. I still think Cap, in the right hands, is easily the most broken tank in the game. He's just so good. Doctor Strange, he will see a reduction in his offensive capabilities, limiting his battlefield control, decreased daggers of Denmark, damage per projectile from 18 to 16. I don't know what that means. I didn't know that each one had its own damage. So it's like 18, 18, 18. So now let's get brought down to 16. I think that's pretty good. Reduces the Maelstrom of Madness conversion. Yeah, the one-shotting capability of Doctor Strange being able to run in the back line. I've been telling a lot of people in my rank guide and stuff like that, Doctor Strange is just good. Just run at the back line and just burst them. So it's pretty good that they nerfed it. The Green Goliath will boast enhanced maneuverability and improve survivability upon entering combat. Increase base movement from 600 to 650. I don't know what this means, but I like in comparison to other tanks, I'd be curious to see. Reduce the cooldown of Indestructible Guard from 12 seconds to 10 seconds. I think that's really good. That's giving more survivability to your supports, to your players, to everything. I think all the Hulk mains rejoice. And I also think Hulk is going to be meta this season along with Emma. Depending, the tank meta right now is probably going to be like Emma Mag or Hulk Emma, just because the team up with Namor. You definitely want those improved Gamma Squids for anti-dive and all that stuff. So I think Namor with the Gamma Squids, we just have to see how strong they actually are. And we'll go from there. Yeah, reduce the time for Indestructible Guard and then decrease minimum charge time for Incredible Leap from 0.7 seconds to 0.5, which I also think is another great change because, obviously more movement. Magneto, the Master of Magnetism, will experience a slight decrease in his frequency of his ultimate ability. Increase the energy cost for Meteor M, ultimate ability, from 3100 to 3400. I don't know how I feel about this change. I definitely think that, Magneto's ult was already pretty difficult to get. If you weren't actively hitting people, if you weren't actively, but that's just kind of how I feel there. Penny, this is going to be interesting with the Penny Parker. Penny will receive enhancements to her primary attack, damage efficiency, and a boost to her survivability and combat capabilities. Cyber Web Cluster now has a chance to crit, reduce movement speed penalty. Oh, has a chance. Okay, sorry. Cyber Web Cluster has a chance to crit. Reduce movement speed penalty while firing Cyberweb Cluster from 40% to 20%. I'm not going to lie, bro. Penny getting an extra 100 HP is massive. All right, so Thor, we just found out, losing that little team up, I think. Getting base movement speed, which is good. All right, Black Widow, on to the Duelists. Black Widow, Natasha was receiving optimization to her shooting experience, adding a new effect where Black Widow can directly shoot after releasing the second kick of Edge Dancer and after using Electroplasma Explosion, her ultimate ability. I'm gonna be honest with you, who cares? Moving on, Hawkeye. We're improving Clint's mobility while drawing his bow, enhancing his combat capabilities, and increasing his threat of his ultimate ability. Reduce the slow effect while charging the bow from 30 to 20%. That's kind of gas. Increase both instances of damage for Hypersonic Arrow from 50 to 55, and decrease energy cost for Hunter's Sight, ultimate ability, from 37 to 3100, to improve the bow draw speed from 1.35 to 1.5x. Hela, the Goddess of Death, will receive reduction in mobility while slightly enhancing her offensive power. That is an insane sentence to read out loud, but okay. Increases the cooldown for Astral Flock from 12 seconds to 15 seconds. That means you can't bird as much as you want, which is you kind of have to be more methodical with how you use your bird. I understand that. Okay. Increases spell field damage of Piercing Knight from 30 to 35. This is the right click. I don't know if every single one of those bullets is getting a 5 damage increase. I would assume the answer is yes. Decrease the cooldown time for Soul Drainer from 12 seconds to 10 seconds. Okay. So you just get your stun back quicker, which is good. Anyway, Human Torch. Johnny's attack, feedback, and survivability are being improved to enhance his impact across various combat scenarios. Reduce attack interval for fire cluster from 0.6 seconds to 0.5 seconds. The launch timing from his primary attack projectile has been advanced. Increase the cooldown for Flaming Meteor from 12 seconds to 15 seconds, but add a new effect. After releasing Flaming Meteor, immediately gain 75 bonus health, which will start to fall off 3 seconds later at a rate of 30 per second. Iron Man. We'll be seeing improvements to his mid-range combat effectiveness, slightly reduce Iron Man's hitbox size. That's crazy. New feature, gain 100 bonus health activating armor overdrive or gamma overdrive that will start to fall off 5 seconds later as at a rate of 30 per second. Iron Fist, the other one. Let's go. Lin Li will see an increase in his combat effectiveness against Vanguards, a slight improvement to his mobility, and a slight reduction to his survivability when first entering the battlefield. This whole sentence just drove me fucking mad. I don't know. Like, I hate Iron Fist. Anyway, reduce the bonus max health gain from Hardened Recovery to 150 to 100. Thank you. But slow the fall off rate of the health from 25 per second to 15 per second. That is dog water. Whatever. It's like, it feels like the same thing, but I mean, I don't know. Why does everyone hate my boy? Because he's broken. Lower fixed damage of... Did we even... Mr. Fantastic, we're enhancing Reed's capabilities while making some balance adjustments to his ultimate energy charge rate, adding additional control ability, and optimizing the release experience of his ultimate ability. That is a lot of words. Increase base health from 350 to 375. He's definitely borderline at off tank. All right, Moon Knight, we're optimizing Mark's Moonblade projectile bounce feedback while improving maneuverability, ultimate ability, and survivability. Increase Crescent Dart projectile speed by 30. Okay, so it's going a little faster. Moonblade, new effect. Gain 25 bonus health with each enemy hit. Up to a max of 100. 3 seconds after the bonus health stops increasing, it will start to fall off at a rate of 20 per second. So they made him a literal fucking moon? They just want him to be like the tank? Speed up Moonlight hook pull startup time after 0.4 seconds to 0.15. Okay. That's cool. Extend the duration of the Hand of Khonshu ultimately from 3.5 seconds to 4.5 seconds and increase the number of talons generated during this period from 14 to 18. Additionally, the fall speed of the talons has been slightly enhanced. A new damage fall-off mechanic from the spell field has been added, beginning at 1.5 meters from the center and reaching a maximum reduction of 70% at 5 meters. Scarlet Witch, we're reducing Wanda's survivability, but increase... Wasn't she always dead? Like, all the time? Anyway, reducing Wanda's survivability, but increasing her threat level against Strategist and Duelist while optimizing her ultimate abilities release experience. Remove Chaos Control percentage damage while increasing fixed damage from 60 to 80 seconds. From 60 a second to 80 a second. Increase, not even gonna try, projectile damage from 35 to 40 and spell field damage from 35 to 40. What does spell field damage do? Increase the cooldown of Mystic Projection from 8 seconds to 10 seconds and reduce phase state time from 2 seconds to 1.5 seconds. Star-Lord, we're reducing Peter's damage output and the efficiency of his ultimate ability charge rate. Here we go. Reduce Blaster Barrage damage from 80 per second to 75. Introduce a new damage fall-off mechanic starting at 4 meters and maxing out at 80% reduction at 8 meters. We're lowering Bucky's threat level against Vanguards and reducing the margin for error in his ultimate ability. Yeah, because he had so much error in his ultimate ability. Increasing the cooldown time for Bionic Hook from 8 seconds to 12 seconds. Thank God, because this motherfucker was pulling me back to Apex. Reduce base damage of Kraken Impact ultimate ability from 100 to 80. And I think this is supposed to be and lower the calling threshold from 20% of maximum health to 15%. So I think he just gets his reset a lot. Like, you actually have to kill them in order to get the reset. Like, 20% is still a lot. So I like that. We're tuning Logan's rage acquisition rate and slightly lowering his control intensity over enemies. Increase rage gain from Savage Claws, hits from 7 to 10, while rage gain from Berserk Claw Strike has been decreased from 7 to 5. Reduce rage gain from Feral Leap from 20 to 10, and from Vicious Rampage from 20 to 15. However, rage gained from taking damage has been increased from 3 to 5. We're moving on to Strategists. That's it for Duelists. No real significant nerfs to anything that I've seen. It looks like a lot of buffs, but it looks like a lot of buffs to help bring the other Duelists up. You know, because I think there's a lot of, you know, like by nerfing Star-Lord, nerfing Bucky a little bit, bringing in, you know, the bringing up some of the by nerfing these like key heroes, you're unintentionally buffing the other hero, or maybe not unintentionally, but intentionally buffing the other heroes without having to like physically buff them, right? Adam Warlock, we're slightly reducing the frequency of Adam's abilities and adjusting the healing provided by his ultimate ability after reviving teammates. Increase the cooldown of Soul Bond from 30 seconds to 40 seconds. Okay, understood. Karmic Revival ultimate ability now restores 30% of fallen allies' maximum health instead of a fixed 100 health. I like this change a lot. Every time you rezzed with Adam Warlock, everyone just died if you rezzed them in a bad spot. All right, Cloak and Dagger. We're optimizing the logic of this dynamic duo's ultimate ability. After activating Eternal Bond ultimate ability, the duration of the first 3 heal zones will no longer be calculated separately. Instead, they will remain active until the duration of the final healing zone ends, at which point all will be moved together. I actually like that. Invisible Woman. We'll be fine-tuning students' protective capabilities to create a more strategic gameplay. Decreasing the shield value. Yeah, baby. Decrease this shit. It's broken. Stupid. I hated it. To balance Loki's influence in matches, we're making a small adjustment to the frequency of one of his key abilities. Increase regeneration domain cooldown from 25 seconds to 30 seconds. Now, everyone must be wondering, increase regeneration domain. What's regeneration domain? Lantern. Crystals. Invulnerability. Green circle. Whatever else you call it. I'm not sure. To emphasize strategy over speed, we're modifying Mantis health and buff mechanics. Reduce base health from 275 to 250. Boo! Effects of Healing Flower and Allied Inspiration can be stacked up to a maximum of 16 seconds. W! Rocket Raccoon. We're deleting this character because we think he's actually pretty useless, and we're sorry, but we didn't have enough time to balance him out and make him better than he actually is, so we're just removing him completely. Oh, shit. Okay, cool. Rocket's healing abilities will see some adjustments to enhance team survivability while balancing his mobility. Yeah, because mobility, he definitely needed that. Decrease the healing area of repair mode spheres from 70 to 50 health, but add a new effect of one-time healing of 55 health to allies hit. Extend cooldown for jetpack dash from 6 seconds to 10 seconds, by the way. Continuing on to the rocket. Reduce dash distance from 10 meters to 8 meters. Reduce ultimate ability damage boost from 40 to 25%. Oh, so it was 45%. But add a new effect. During the ability's duration, linked allies will receive an additional 100 bonus health per second, capping at 150. After breaking the link, this bonus starts to fall off after 1 second. Holy shit. Arcane Order Doctor Strange Scarlet Witch, the mystical duo, is set to enhance their powers. As the team-up anchor, Doctor Strange gains a maximum health of 100. Maximum health increase of 100. Scarlet Witch unlocks a new magical Mystic Burst ability through her team-up with Doctor Strange. I mean, that's kind of cool. Stars align. Captain America will Winter Soldier. We see this. A classic partnership now added with strength. As a team-up anchor, Captain America gains maximum health increase of 100 and a 5% boost in damage output. Yeah, because he definitely needed that. Winter Soldier unlocks a devastating stellar impact ability through his team-up with Captain America. Cool, so you just made this character even... You're going to piss me off. Mental projection, Emma Frost. A powerful trio that connects minds and abilities. As the team-up anchor, Emma Frost gains a maximum health increase of 100. Okay. Magneto receives the magnetic resonance ability through his team-up, and so does Psylocke. From what I understand, you make a second clone. Whether or not that second clone does the same exact damage, has the same exact health, is unknown. We don't know right now. All we know is Emma Frost is permabanned. Adjusted or removed. Ammo Overload, Rocket Raccoon with Winter Soldier. I like that change. I don't think he necessarily needed it. It was more for Punisher anyway. Let's be real. Chilling Charisma, Luna Snow, and Namor. Namor has his loses his frozen spawns, but that's getting moved with Hulk, so keep that in mind. Dimensional Shortcut has been removed from Psylocke with magic. That was never really used anyway, so let's be real. Gamma Charge, Hulk, Doctor Strange, Namor. Changes in synergy with his heavyweights. Doctor Strange loses Gamma Maelstrom ability previously gained from his team-up with Hulk. Namor now gains the Gamma Monster ability with his team-up. We don't know how much damage it does, but we'll find out. Metallic Chaos, Scarlet Witch, Magneto, a disconnect and family synergy. Magneto loses... So they just got rid of it completely. And Voltaic, Union, Thor, Captain America, Storm. The team up anchor from Thor has been removed. Okay, Storm loses. So Storm is just losing it with Thor pretty much. That's the whole thing. Nice 56 minutes of talking and yapping and doing all that stuff. Like I think as of right now, there's a lot of good changes. I think we don't know what the meta is, which is fun. I think Emma's broken as fuck.